In the serene hills of Provo, Utah, lies a hidden danger that waits patiently. It was in the fateful month of August 2005 when five adventurous young adults set out on an extraordinary expedition into the enigmatic underwater cave, ominously dubbed the Cave of Death, nestled on the side of Y Mountain. Little did they know that their decision to explore this treacherous cavern would lead to a tragic turn of events, leaving only one survivor to recount the harrowing tale. On a Wednesday evening, the group gathered for dinner. As conversations flowed, the topic shifted to the elusive cave situated near BYU's campus, known as Y Mountain's Cave of Death. Despite its inhospitable appearance, with a shallow stream running along its floor and a mere 4 feet of height, the cave held an alluring mystery that captivated those who had heard of its existence. Just a year prior, two brave cavers had meticulously surveyed the intricacies of Gollum's Cave, shedding light on its formidable characteristics. A narrow entrance tunnel measuring nearly 100 feet awaited them, demanding individuals to crouch down and navigate through the shallow stream. However, the ultimate challenge lay within the cave's secret depths, an 18 by 24-inch hole filled with water, daring any adventurer to descend into its unknown depths. Despite the cave's foreboding nature, the group felt drawn to its mystique that night. By the early hours of that fateful morning, Jennifer and her companions, Blake Donner, Scott McDonald, and Ariel Singer, found themselves fueled by excitement and curiosity, relentlessly pushing towards the mysterious depths of the Cave of Death. Jennifer, despite having experienced hypothermia and passing out in frigid waters before, reassured her friends that they could hold their breath and swim the 15 feet to the concealed inner cave. The allure of discovering this secret place propelled them forward into the unknown, while Joseph Ferguson chose to wait outside the main cave until their return. Equipped with just a single flashlight, the group ventured forth into the depths of the cave at 4:30 a.m., enveloped by unyielding darkness. Undeterred, they took turns lowering themselves into the narrow passage, submerged in cold water. Jennifer led the way, vanishing underwater as her companions followed suit. The water-filled tunnel, no wider than a refrigerator door, presented a unique challenge. A rope connected the main cave to the inner cave, serving as a lifeline through the treacherous underwater passage. Little did they realize that the journey back would prove far more perilous than they ever could have imagined. Brian Lamprey, an experienced caver, recently shared the incredible story of his near-death experience in the treacherous Cave of Death. On a routine exploration, Brian found himself in a heart-stopping predicament when he overshot the exit hole, leaving him trapped at a dead end. With adrenaline coursing through his veins, Brian fought frantically for survival. Miraculously, he managed to discover the elusive hole just the nick of time, escaping the clutches of. A parallel tale of adventure, Jennifer and her friends embarked on their own intrepid expedition through the underwater tunnel leading to the Cave of Death. With determination and skill, they successfully navigated the treacherous waters, eventually reaching a smaller cave a mere 15 feet away. This newfound refuge provided them with a modest area to stand, with about 3 feet of breathing space above the waterline. Meanwhile, Joseph anxiously awaited the return of his friends, growing increasingly concerned about their prolonged absence. After almost an hour of restless waiting, he decided to venture into the cave to check on their well-being. However, upon entering, he was greeted by an eerie silence and an empty space. The absence of their flashlight and any signs of movement sent waves of worry crashing over him. With the clock ticking towards 5:30 a.m., Joseph grappled with uncertainty, unsure of the next course of action to take in the pitch-black darkness of the Cave of Death. Unbeknownst to Joseph, Jennifer and her companions were encountering a life-threatening situation deep within the inner cave. As they swam into the chamber, anxiety and adrenaline coursing through their veins, they were met with a mixture of relief and exhaustion when their faces emerged from the water. Yet the air they eagerly inhaled was far from ideal. It was what experts refer to as bad air within the caving community. Bad air describes the unpleasant situation where the air in a cave deviates from the normal composition of 21% oxygen and 79% nitrogen. In the stagnant environment of the Cave of Death, combined with the presence of a closed water source, an accumulation of harmful gases was inevitable. The erosion and decay of plants and limestone caves further contributed to the buildup of carbon dioxide, posing a silent threat. Carbon dioxide, a gas known to accumulate in limestone caves, settled at the water level within the inner chamber. Unbeknownst to the cavers, this poisonous gas subtly diminished their ability to think, move, and breathe. Even a short stay in the confined space would have impaired their comprehension of the deteriorating air quality. With oxygen levels dropping to a perilously low 10 to 12%, Jennifer found herself in a race against time. She had a mere 60 seconds before succumbing to unconsciousness. Through Jennifer's diminished state, finding the exit hole amidst the darkness became an excruciating challenge. The narrow tunnel leading back to safety allowed only one person to navigate it at a time, intensifying the peril of their return swim. The dire circumstances made every second count. As the others, unaware of Jennifer's harrowing struggle, remained trapped in the suffocating air of the inner cave, Ariel emerged as the next adventurer to face the grim reality. With each stroke, the increased respiration in the carbon dioxide-filled atmosphere made it increasingly difficult for her to catch her breath. Despite her desperate attempts to fill her lungs, the cruel grasp of the cave forced her face back into the water. The air grew thinner and the chances of a safe return dwindled. Driven by a last burst of energy, Ariel swam forward, oblivious to Jennifer's unconscious state. The narrow passage through the dark tunnel distorted reality, making it seem unreal. However, as Ariel encountered her friend's lifeless body, panic set in. The desperation for air overshadowed the realization that Jennifer teetered on the edge of death. Blake and Scott also grappled with the deteriorating air and the mounting panic induced by their uncomfortable surroundings. The oxygen levels plummeted while carbon dioxide levels soared. With each passing moment, the air in the cave grew more treacherous, threatening their very existence. Despite enduring the unbearable conditions for several minutes longer, Blake, already weakened, entered the water-filled tunnel with hopes of swift escape. Shock washed over him as he discovered Ariel and Jennifer floating in front of him, their depleted and desperate states heightening his sense of alarm and confusion. In the confines of the 2 feet wide, 4 feet deep tunnel, maneuvering past or pushing someone forward became an almost insurmountable challenge. With Ariel incapacitated, Blake faced the daunting task of nudging her towards the exit. However, the cramped space rendered it increasingly difficult. Meanwhile, the last caver, waiting alone in the dark inner cave, endured the longest wait of all. Eager to escape, his progress through the tunnel abruptly halted when he encountered his friends in their weakened and desperate states. Within this perilous and inhospitable environment, the fight for survival intensified. These friends found themselves unwittingly ensnared by the invisible threat that lingered in the air around them. The cave's unforgiving conditions had pushed them into a tragic predicament. These ill-fated adventurers now faced their final and most desperate moments, hoping against hope for a way out. As the authorities descended upon the harrowing scene, a dramatic rescue mission unfolded before their eyes. Time was scarce, and every passing moment posed a grave threat to their lives. The task at hand was anything but simple. The immediate focus of the rescuers was to confront the suffocating depletion of oxygen levels that permeated the cavernous chamber. With unwavering determination, they initiated a rapid response plan, delicately pumping fresh air into the depths of the cave. Simultaneously, they skillfully orchestrated the lowering of the water levels, carving out a precious airspace within the labyrinthine tunnels. In the midst of the dimly lit space, the rescuers came face to face with a sight that chilled them to the core. Floating just within the receding water of the tunnel, they discovered the lifeless body of Jennifer Galbraith. The abrupt loss of life cast a somber cloud over the rescue efforts and left those involved grappling with a profound sense of sadness. The hours ticked away relentlessly as the rescuers persevered, battling against time and mounting odds. The weight of anticipation bore heavily upon their shoulders. And then, in the midst of an agonizing wait, the truth unveiled itself with unyielding finality. Ariel, Blake, and Scott, vibrant souls in the prime of their lives, tragically met their demise within the confining grasp of the cave's passageways. Autopsies conclusively confirmed that they had succumbed to drowning, forever etching this heartbreaking cause of death into the annals of their tragic fate. The evidence collected at the scene, combined with the harrowing account provided by Joseph Ferguson and the insights from other intrepid explorers, painted an indelibly devastating picture. It had become tragically clear that the air quality within the claustrophobic tunnel had played a pivotal role in the demise of these brave adventurers. The magnitude of this tragedy is difficult to fathom. The unthinkable had happened. 4 vibrant young adults had met their watery graves within a mere 15 feet of the cave's intricate network. It serves as a chilling reminder of the critical importance of air quality within confined spaces, a factor that proved fatal for these audacious souls. These were individuals brimming with life, their ages spanning from 18 to 28, and yet fate had cruelly cut short their promising journeys. In the aftermath of this heart-wrenching event, an eerie silence fell upon the entrance of the Cave of Death. Concrete was employed to seal off this gaping maw, a necessary measure to prevent any further loss of life within its treacherous depths. The memory of Jennifer, Ariel, Blake, and Scott lingers as a poignant reminder of the inherent risks that accompany explorations of uncharted territory. Their story serves as a poignant cautionary tale, a stark reminder that even the most daring and spirited individuals can fall prey to the unforgiving forces of nature. It compels us to reflect upon the delicate balance between the allure of adventure and the harsh realities that may await us in unexplored territory. The memory of these courageous friends shall forever serve as a somber reminder of the preciousness and fragility of life itself. Let their tale be a clarion call to all who dare to embark on journeys of discovery. Be prepared, be cautious, and never underestimate the power of nature's grasp.